All right, we're here with my boy Jared. He got 10th place at the regional this past Sunday. So let's see what you cooked with.
That's my plate Unchained. Gonna show you my super spicy list. Here we play 3 tour guide, a requisite to modern Yu-Gi-Oh! That play 1 card combo, summon Rhino from deck, perform the line. 3 Aruha, he says pop, summon from deck, performs the line. 3 Sharvara, the heart and soul of the deck, quick effect, performs the pop, sets the trap, performs the line. And then the standard, 1 Rakea, 1 Sarama, one of my favorite cards of the deck. One of the reasons to play the deck, Shyama, infinite follow-up between these two. My favorite card in the deck, Abominable Unchanged Soul. I'll typically summon this on turn 1. Discard if my main line gets interrupted with the Soul Rage, then this is a secondary interrupt that I can summon back, discard a card, pop a card. Search any of these cards, 3 Prison, huge consistency boost. I typically like to, if I already have access to traps, set this and pop this instead, so that way I can keep traps in hand, keep them set, and that way I can end on both traps more consistently. Probably the only thing that's different in this list is the 3 chamber 2 escape. This plays around so much more, play through more hand traps, play through Nibiru. Offers the deck more grind game because just setting a reborn over and over again means you always have access to your engine. The secondary engine, we play the DDD package, 3 gate, 1 Vice King Requiem, infinite follow-up, make your boss Wave King Caesar, set a trap off of it, search a gate off of it after using its effects. It's just crazy. 3 Prosperity, consistency card. I cannot banish 6 cards from my extra deck fast enough. You have huge dudes, so it really doesn't come up all that often. Banishing 6, no problem. Keeping the deck at a clean 40. I play 1 Thrust, 1 Talent. Even though you might not have access to them as often as playing the 3 of, you're playing Prosperity, so you can oftentimes dig 6, find one of them if you need it. And then finally I played 9 defensive cards, 3 Ash Blossom, just going into a larger tournament with an unknown meta. Ash is typically a safe one. And then 3 Nibiru. I thought that I would play against a lot of Rescue Ace and the Mirror. If you're playing into the Mirror and they're greedy, you can often cook them with a Nibiru. Also, this serves as an out to Abyss Dweller. So at the end of a combo, they end on an Abyss Dweller, nib it, get rid of it, then you're not having to deal with it. And then my favorite hand trap of the format, Infinite Impermanence. Not turning on your opponent's triple tack cards. Just use from the hand, stop a Turbulence, stop a Yama, and then oftentimes I just hold this for my turn. Just start off my turn in perm, either the SP or the DD Wave King, and then I start playing. So, like I said, a clean 40 cards, nothing new, but it performed really, really well.
Yeah, what was your final record?
6-2.
6-2, and what were your 2 losses to?
Dragon Link and Rescue Ace.
2 pretty good decks.
Pretty okay. For the extra deck, we played 2 Wave King Caesar. Oftentimes I'll banish 1 off of Prosperity. Solemn Warning on legs, he's huge. And then sets follow-up when he goes to the graveyard. Sets follow-up when you detach Sharvara. 1 Typhon. This card is absolutely crazy. In the game that I ended up losing, Borland is just really hard to out, but slap this guy down, detach, put it back into the opponent's extra deck, and then just acting as a pseudo floodgate against those Djinn combo decks that summon huge guys.
Who would play those decks, bro? I don't know.
Yeah. 1 Machinex, your summon off of your contract. Just being able to threaten a Zeus, be a pop, just another copy of Aruha / Sharvara, pop your traps, pop your own stuff if you need to play. The aforementioned Zeus. Oftentimes, if I am playing into a board, I will often try and go Mach and X into the Zeus before I fiend lock myself. Just wipe the board, and then I'll play. 2 Unchained Soul of Rage. Keeping this guy in the graveyard, continuously popping him, adding back monsters from your graveyard is the entire reason to play the deck. You have just infinite engine as long as you manage your resources popping him, and then as well serving as an interruption, linking off your opponent's stuff, making the best card in the game right now, SP Little Knight. 2 Yama. Just such a huge consistency boost to this deck. The reason to play it. Grab anything back from the graveyard, keep recycling. A monster reborn, an extra pop. I mean, this card is just an insane Link 2. Link 2 DPE, the card of the format, SP Little Knight. I don't have anything more to say other than that every time I summoned it, I was winning. 1 Muckracker, once again, more recurability if that's not a theme. Just discard a card, reborn Yama, go search, perform the line again. 1 Nightmare Unicorn. Oftentimes you end up fiend locked. SP is really only being summoned on your opponent's turn, so having the Unicorn access, discard a card, break a board. You know, if you open the Shyama or another Garnet, like the Phoenix Rhino Warrior, having an outlet to discard that, remove something of your opponent's, and then have it in graveyard to trigger is really, really nice. 1 Unchained Soul of Anguish. This card is crazy, deals with the mirror really nicely, has the same effect as Rage, pop it, add back from the graveyard. So if you've gone through both of your Rages, you can still use this to get back into your engine in some cases. And then it has a lot of flexibility going back into a Soul of Rage, into an SP, or into the Unchained Abomination. I didn't summon this all day, but just having access to it for the easy OTK line with Rakea is really, really cool. Destroy something on the board, destroy something else, super anti-monkey card. And then the true anti-monkey card, White Woman Jump Scare, just link off one of the problem cards. This deck has a really big issue with 3,000 attack point bodies that are untargetable, unaffected, what have you, but you can put up a lot of bodies on boards. And she's a fiend, so even if you fiend lock yourself, just get that thing out of here, use this. I made this continually over the course of the regional. I mean, I played Dragoon Eldritch, I linked off a Dragoon, I linked off a Borland, I linked off a whole bunch of my opponent's monsters just as a free fodder for my Underworld Goddess. Inside, I wanted to have an out to Noir / other Affirmation boss monsters that was searchable in case I was not able to put up 4 materials worth of Link Nuncers to make the Underworld Goddess. I sided 2 Thrust, just going second, put these in, find the unsearchable cards that I needed to break the board, the evenly matched Harvey's Feather Duster, Herald of the Abyss. 3 Droll and Lockbird. DJing combo decks are around this format, just throwing a Droll into the graveyard, telling them no is huge. 3 DD Crow. I sided this in against the mirror. I played 3 mirror matches over the course of the day. Crowing the Shyama, just make sure that they don't have any follow-up. Against Pearly, crowing one of the memories, whatever they target with Lily, getting it out of there is huge. Making sure that you just don't have to deal with the Noir, not having to just link it off. 3 evenly matched. I played against a ton of Rescue Ace, just having this either hard drawn or thrusting into it, or grabbing it off of Prosperity, dropping this, them banishing their traps, not having recurability with the turbulence on those, really makes the grind game against them much more in your favor. And then finally, because I am a monkey to anti-spell fragrance, prosp into it, set it. If you end up top decking a spell, all you've got to do is set it, and you can pop it with Shyama and continue to play. And just it saved me against so many blowout cards where I just draw phase, flip this, and then my opponent showed me their Lightning Storm or their Talons or whatever, and then just couldn't use it. This card overperformed for me all day. It was either between this or a Mistaken Arrest, and I could see the use case for either one of those. But I just wanted some going first card that either I could open or prosp into, and just slow my opponent down. So
Absolutely.
That I could kill
absolutely.
them on the next turn. So I don't think that I would make any changes other than to like the hand traps, depending on what I was expecting for at the event. But everything worked really, really nicely.
Very nice. You got any shout outs?
Yeah, so shout out to everybody who rode with me on the Santa Fe. Shout out Paul, Jesse, Damien, and then my other boys from Manhattan, Vinny and Adam. Everybody played really, really well this weekend. We ended out with a second place finish, a 7th place finish, a 10th place finish, and a 16th place finish. So top 24 got their invites, so that really goes to show that we have a lot of good competition around here in our Manhattan locals.
Absolutely. Thank you for the deck profile, man.
For sure.